Good afternoon, you beautiful souls. Welcome to Raven and Dove Tarot with Donna. So it's been a while. I have been busy doing things, but today I thought I would jump on and do a daily energy guidance check-in for the collective energy. Now, as always, please take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. And if you do like my content, please do like, share, and spread the love. Because although there might not be a message in here for you, there could be a message in here for somebody else. And sharing is caring. So, today I've already done the cards and I pulled two from my Light Seers deck, which is Tarot, followed by an oracle message from the from the Priestess of Light oracle deck, followed by two messages from What's the Tea, and then I finished off with the healing oracle message. Now, from the energy that I'm picking up from this reading, I feel like this is relationship, home, dynamic, related. So, with that being said, let's go. So, the daily energy guidance messages that came out, we've got the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Now, the Five of Pentacles is, and Pentacles is all about here, what's in the, what's in our material things, but also like in our homes. So it can be relationships, it can be money, it can be work, that sort of stuff. But I do feel like this is kind of relationship and home dynamic reading today. So do take this as it resonates. I read intuitively, so I read the energy I feel like is coming off from the cards. Now, the Five of Pentacles is she's looking down at herself. She's feeling stuck and lack of. I feel like she's in a lack energy. And she's not seeing that the Five Pentacles are there. And the key's there. She has the key to unlock that door to her own happiness, I feel. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is happy home, happy families, happy life. Just one of the happiest cards in the deck. So for me, putting these two together and with what the cards are saying, I feel like you already have this. You already have the Ten of Pentacles. But I feel like you're stuck in the lack of. Now, this can be stuck in your thoughts. Now, Swords is normally intellects and thoughts. But feeling left out in the cold is Five of Pentacles. You're feeling like you are left out in the cold. Now, this could be just having a conversation and clear communication of what it is that your happy home, happy family dynamic looks like. Because I feel like you are suffering yourself. You're putting yourself in suffering and feeling lack of having this happy home, happy life dynamic, which I feel like you already have. But I feel like you need to have clear communication and express what it is that you want. Now, again, like I say, for me, this is because it's these two cards that have come up and what has come up. I feel like you are stuck in your thought process because you have maybe been through some heartbreak, and you are maybe closed off to opening back up to that love and happy family dynamic. But we have to get out of our own thoughts and out of our own grief and feeling stuck energy. We need to assess what it is with us that is keeping us stuck. And with that, you have to go into your thoughts, into your mind, into your heart space. What is it that you're feeling? You have the power to stand up. The Pentacles are illuminating the way to open that door, to open yourself back up to this happy family, happy life dynamic. Now, you know, you do need to have a conversation, I feel like, because maybe you are giving more than you're receiving. And again, that's the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles, the card before that, is feeling bored and stuck energy. But I just feel like you're a little bit in sadness. You're not seeing the light. You know, you're focusing maybe on the wrong things. You are focusing on the lack of in the relationship or the lack of what you're feeling. But it's illuminating the way. You have it within you to illuminate your path back to this happy dynamic. But it needs you to get out of that lack mentality, because remember, our thoughts become our reality. So if you're focusing on the negative in the relationship and the lack of in the relationship, that is what you're going to create for yourself. Whereas if you walk towards the light, open the door and open yourself up to changing your thought patterns to you are abundant, you have got a happy dynamic life, and be grateful for what you have. Yes, that is about communicating as well, because your needs are as important as everybody else's, but express your needs. You know, what is it that you want? Or are you just feeling stuck that you're scared to open back up to happy family dynamic because you've got stuck in this lack mentality? But you do have the power within you to get up, open that door and start afresh, wipe the slate clean, because after the Five of Pentacles is the Six, and that is the Six of Pentacles is all about giving and receiving, balance, you know. So, and the Four, the one before it, is all about boredom. So you've moved past the boredom phase, but I feel like you're feeling stuck. You're feeling still stuck in that stagnant energy, and you need to walk forward to the Six of Pentacles to be giving and receiving that. Because if we're not communicating clearly on what it is that we want, how are we supposed to know what the other person is thinking? So yeah, I feel like you just need to get out of that lack mentality. Get up, walk towards the door. It's been illuminated for you. Walk towards it and start with a fresh approach of what it is that you want. Now, if you're going to be in lack and you're focusing on negative of this, then that's not going to come in for you, or it's going to cause chaos all the time. If you walk towards the light, open that door, you get to choose to change your perspective on it and actually be grateful for what it is that you have got. And just remember that when you pour positivity into something, it comes, it is happening. You'll be happy about it. But also, this is, stop putting your self-worth into someone else and making you feel like you are lack of because someone else makes you complete, because they don't. We're already whole and complete. You need to find that within yourself. And once you learn to self-love yourself, then you radiate this light out of you and you create your happy home, happy life. Now, the Priestess Oracle that fell on top of that card was telepathy, transmission, perception, communication. You maybe need to change your perception on what it is that you are focusing on the lack of, and change it to a positive perception. You are happy and abundant, and you've got everything that you need in front of you. And also communicate. Communication is key. You know, I saw something the other day that really changed my perspective on something. Now, for me, I've had a spiritual awakening, and I've done a healing my inner childhood wounds. So I see things differently. It's like now I see things through a complete different lens. And sometimes other people don't see it like I see it. But I saw something the other day that says we are all on different frequencies in different realities. So we could be all here on this 3D plane, but our current reality is different to the person next to us, because it depends where we're at on our own frequencies. Now, if you are focusing on a low energetic frequency, you are going to be feeling stuck and lack of. But if you get to sit with yourself and your feelings and raise your own vibration, you're going to bring in all that positive energy. And actually, when you shift your perspective on that, you will see how lucky you are and how grateful you are. And again, the Priestess of Light Oracle, telepathy, transmission, perception, and communication. Now, you could have been in a spiritual awakening journey that's made you go through all that, and you are maybe in the process of transmission. So you are maybe in that feeling stuck and stepping into the unknown, but just trust that the path is being illuminated for you, and you are maybe in that transition period of where your frequency is going to raise a little bit higher. But remember, communication is key. Nobody knows what we're thinking. We have to express how we feel. How the other person takes that, how you express yourself, is on them, not you. How they react to that, how they answer that, you know, you can only express how you feel, and you are entitled to express how you feel. So yeah, telepathy. And it's number 22 on the card. Now 22 might be resonating for you. It could be a birthday, it could be a lucky number, it could be a light code number. Transmission, perception and communication. So change your perception on things and communicate. Now with What's the Tea Oracle cards, we got in shit, and as you can see, it's an angry woman that ties in with the Five of Pentacles. You know, if you're stuck in that lack mood, you're also going to be in this angry frequency, and maybe your other half's getting in the neck all the time because you're focusing on the lack of. Maybe you're focusing on the hurt, the pain, the lack of. And the second card with the What's the Tea is in their head, making assumptions, creating stories, trust issues are showing. And this could be in your home dynamic that maybe you have suffered a little bit of betrayal, masculine or feminine, whoever's on the receiving end, and you are trying to work it out again. But then you keep coming back. You can have the Ten of Pentacles and things seem to be good, but then you come back into the lack of. Now, maybe it's time to let go of that energy now if you are working in your relationship dynamic with someone to make it work. If you're staying on this, left out in the cold, then that's what you're going to create in your home life. If you follow the path and unlock that door and walk to the Six of Pentacles, that's about giving and receiving, and have a clear communication and change your perspective that, yeah, this Five of Pentacles is not working for me here. It's me keeping myself stuck. I need to get up, walk through that door and just trust the unknowing. And if it's meant to be, it will meant to be. It will work out. Because then you're not going to be in this negative state all the time. You're going to raise your own vibration. And you can walk towards that Ten of Cups. Because then we had the second card, which is in their head, making assumptions, creating stories and trust issues. And you could be literally, when you are in this Five of Pentacles state, in the angry mood, you know, because there's a rose there. It looks like she's packed his bags and she is chucking the photograph out. If you're stuck in this lack, you could be replaying these stories over and over in your head and focusing on the negative and on the lack of. But what I am going to say with that is, if that is you, you need to work on loving yourself, pouring into self as well as your relationship, but having time for yourself. And you need to become aware of codependency issues and trauma bonding relationships. And you need to release and let go of them attachments to that, to know that you're already whole and complete, and work on your own self-love, because you are putting in this card and with this reading, you are maybe putting too much expectations on the other person to make you feel whole and complete, when that comes from self. Nobody else can make us feel whole and complete. We are already that. This Ten of Pentacles is an extension of us. When we are whole and complete, we bring that in. We are energetically happy, and our frequency and vibration is higher. So we radiate that out of us because we know our worth. So, you know, I do feel like you maybe need to have a look at this relationship. Is it working for you? And if it is, but you're the one in the relationship that is the one that was hurt and the one that is feeling stuck, you need to pour some time into yourself and have some self-care and see and feel into that. Feel into that. What is this feeling making you feel? Does it make you feel like you are not worthy? Are you putting too much expectations on the other person and expecting them to make you feel whole and complete? Is this dynamic serving you? Does it have toxic traits? Is it codependency? Is it abandonment issues from childhood? You can bring them things up into yourself, because when you do that, you can address that then. Because when you feel into that and ask yourself, what is this making me feel? Why am I feeling like, yes, I can have the 10 of Pentacles and I've maybe got that, but why am I feeling lack of? What is it bringing up in me? Because it all starts with self. And you know, that's a healthy way to look at it, because then once you start doing that, you can communicate and express how you feel, and then you can change your perspective of, yes, I do have all that. You know, it's something that's been brought up in me, and the issue is that I need to heal from them wounds. Because then when we finish off, I did get a healing oracle message, and it says freedom, and this is like the sacral chakra, can't even speak. So the orange is the sacral chakra, and then we have a bit of yellow which goes into the solar plexus chakra. And it says freedom. I release my wounds, create doubt, resentment and guilt. So I work to free myself of all the darkness. I cast off negative thoughts and find peace in my heart, and I discover the being of the light within me. Again, she is sat in the darkness. And I do feel like this reading is about yourself. Whether, again, this is male or female, there is no masculine or feminine, male or female, should I say, in the tarot. It's just the energies of masculine and feminine energies. And, you know, again, this is the colour of the solar plexus area. So I feel like you do need to see what this is bringing up in yourself. Again, I'm going to read this healing chakra card. Freedom. I release my wounds, create doubt. I release my wounds, create doubt, resentment and guilt. So I work to free myself of darkness. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace in my heart and discover the being of light within me. And once you see that you are in that negative thought pattern and you raise that up, ask yourself, what is coming up inside yourself now? How are you feeling? Write that down. And then, you know, you get to work on that and to heal them wounds that are bringing back up into your relationship. Because when you are stuck in that dynamic, it is a loop that is hard to get out of. So I feel like you need to change your perspective on that. Realise it is okay to feel how you are feeling. Express that. You are entitled to express how you feel. And you get to heal that. You get to do the work to heal yourself. And we are all light beings. We were all born pure light. It's just things that get unconsciously put into us that make us feel that we are not worthy, we're not lovable, we forget who we are. So it's about coming home to self. Once you pour all that light and love back into yourself and open your heart space back up, and that might take baby little steps, communication, trust, boundaries is a big thing, then you get to work to that 10 of Pentacles. But does it take work? Yes, it does take work. Now this could be a twin flame journey as well. It takes real effort if you have been in a relationship where there's been some form of betrayal. Now you can either shove it under the carpet and both not heal from it, and then in my reality, what I'm going to say is somewhere along the line they are going to crop up and it's going to happen again, because it's a repeat cycle and you're not breaking that habit. Or you both get to heal individually and bring that dynamic back into that relationship as one. Because when you're in a relationship, you're not you and I, we are we. We are together, we are as one. That is what happens when you get married and you make the commitment. You know, when you go in somewhere, it's like, it's it's just like you're just one, you're connected. You know, you've made that commitment to be a partnership, togetherness, one, united. So it's about always, this is what was going to come to my mind, always thinking of the other person when the other person is not with you, you know? So it might take work, but trust me, you will get there if you are both willing to put the effort in. You can have the happy home, happy life dynamic. But again, it's difficult when it's one-sided. If one's had an awakening and one's not, it can be difficult. But then you will have to be kind and compassionate and love that person that they can only, and that's again acceptance, seeing them where they can meet you where you're at. But also it's releasing the expectation of things. It's releasing and let going of the expectation and the need to know the outcome. You've just got to trust it. And if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. And if it's not, then, you know, you'll be okay on your own. Now, I hope this reading resonated with you. And if it does, please do leave a comment below. And just know you're not on your own. I've been there myself. So, you know, it's not easy, but it's achievable. Does it take work? Yes, it does take work. But with time dedicated to yourselves, you know, you get to move forward to the happy life that you want. But it starts with self. Pour into self first and release all them attachments and all them beliefs and all that stuff that no longer serves you, because that is keeping you in that karmic cycle, that karmic loop where everything's just repeating and repeating and repeating. Now, have a blessed rest of your day. Peace, love and light. Donna. Namaste.